I'm not intending to make this into anything that's even worth sharing. However, if the Bluetooth mic works, I can record it and decide later. There's really no rush at all. They don't seem to even care. If I'd known that, I could have stayed in the kitchen. I haven't had waffles in a long time. By a long time, I mean in comparison to previous months when I had waffles weekly, more than once often. But I never remember to buy them when I'm out. And when I do remember, it's at a place where they're substantially more expensive than they are at other places. One cow moved. Coming this way. It's waiting at a distance. With its tail up in the air. Okay, it's not waiting. And here they come. Walking down the ground. They give the funniest looks from everyone in the land. Nice. And they're all here. Here's the horse. No, horse doesn't care. And the little baby's up. And the not so little baby's up. This is quite wet. My attempts to create other content other than just me talking, a stream of consciousness, they're still somewhat delayed for various reasons, some of which I will describe now, unless I am distracted. Hey, horse! Horse is peeing. Horse is still peeing. Pees like a horse. Yeah. Well, that was a good distraction. Okay. Bill one. What was I talking? Oh yeah. So my whole life I've been a computer support person. I was supporting computers even before people were buying them. Supporting them in the educational system in Ontario, Commodore PET computers with 4K of memory. Not 4 megabytes, not 4 gigabytes, 4K, 4,000 characters. And a cassette tape that took minutes to load. And from that moment, I've been supporting and answering questions about computers. And it was my goal to start doing that on YouTube when it became apparent that that was a possibility. And I did for a very brief period of time, and then I stopped. Because tech support is usually interactive. I'm helping that customer, leaning over my shoulder, and I'm making them smile. Online tech support is a competitive game with no immediate interaction or feedback. Sure, you get likes tomorrow, maybe a subscribe here and there, but it's also judged differently. because it's elective tech support rather than emergency tech support. Someone has to know it's there, find it, watch it, and like it. And those are not great math for someone who demands praise. I am inspired by a number of tech blogs that I frequent, and how big their following is, and how there's not a lot of competition in some areas. But it's still judgment. Little baby's eating hay, or trying to. That's cool. So, the thing is, remember this, kids. If you don't share, then you can assume your content is great, maybe even perfect. The minute you share, other people are going to tell you otherwise. Harshly or politely, you're no longer perfect. I grew up mostly inside my head, trying my very best to be perfect, assuming that so was everyone else. It was way late in life that I realized, wow, people are really striving for mediocre, content with contentment, and customers / general public are really willing to take satisfactory. That was a big shock. So in short, I procrastinate starting because completing means, okay, come at me. And that's scary. There are a number of reasons it's scary. My tech support relies heavily on my personality. When I ran a division of one of the very first internet companies in Toronto, I trained my staff to be social, not technical. It made a huge difference. I'm 60 now. Now, almost every single one of my customers comes from that relationship I bonded with them socially 20 or 30 years ago. And I'm proud of that. But I also know a new audience is going to judge me slightly differently because I haven't kept up with the times, I don't blog like they do, and all sorts of other reasons my brain tells me not to do something. It won't end the way you hope it will. Which is a shame. Oops. I shot it in landscape thinking, well, I'm not going to turn this into clips. It's just going to be me with hay. But I should have known. My mind wanders. It's what I like about myself most. I could blog 24 hours a day. No, I couldn't. That's a problem so far. I'm not sleeping enough. Oh well. It'll all turn out in the end. No, it'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it is not yet the end. A fantastic quote that a lot of people take credit for. But I took it from a funny movie about hotel in Budapest. I can't remember what it's called, unfortunately. Both gates closed. No one is the wiser, except that I told you now twice on camera. But Farmer Doug doesn't watch my videos. which simultaneously upsets me and I realize it's a good thing. Oh, Ben's on the wrong side of the fence. We're drinking a lot of water here. There is ice on my camera stand. It might slip. Hope not. I don't know what I do if this phone does. Well, I do. I've got 2 backup phones. And a replacement warranty on this one. Glove worthy. Hi, Ben. He's waiting for it not to be running so it doesn't splash him. I don't know if you've seen, but he has a black beard now, otherwise known as Phil. I no longer give him the same hugs I used to. Kevin's up on the perimeter, sniffing around for... I don't think the coyotes come from that side, but... I was talking to Farmer Doug. I'm still, less than a year here. And he says he's seen lots of bears, coyotes, bobcats. I didn't know we had bobcats. And he said, no, the neighbor's cat is named Bob. No. I apologize to anyone I made go to the bathroom because of the running water sounds. Such a deep bark that big dog has. A huge, holy tail was like up and down. Usually he's with Kevin, tagging along like 2 dogs in a buddy movie. The big dumb one and the old reliable farm dog tries to teach the big dumb one tricks, the tricks of the trade, but he's not up for it. He'll stand back here and bark like that does anything. It's funny that the young dog seems much older than the old dog. I'm getting cold. My fingers. We're back to winter. It was ice in the water buckets. Too many people are changing their snow tires. That's what it is. Everyone who changes a point against spring. But they did warn me. We live up in the mountains. Or, as they call them around here, the big hills, because the mountains are closer to the Alberta side. Come through, big dog. Okay, go. Come on. Fine. You definitely wanted to go through, but I hit him with the chain once, and now he doesn't trust me. Oh! That was, that was back pain. I didn't move. It's an interesting thing to have on the video. Yeah. Oh, I hope that doesn't get worse. I haven't been drinking enough water. I'm so much less water than I used to have because it's not tap drinkable here like it was in Toronto. What drama for my audience. A Tourette's-like pain yell. My fingers are too cold to hold this phone, so that's today's lesson.